Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trucking History Channel. I'm always doing research on common carriers of motor freight. Sometimes I'll come across things that would make an interesting topic to share with you. I found online the Yellow Page telephone book listings on trucking companies located on Long Island, New York in 1974. I wanted to check to see how many of the terminals were still standing. I know that the same trucking companies that were in business way back in '74 would not be around today. However, I wanted to see how large those terminals were and imagine the carriers using the facilities back then. Many of you probably look up the old terminals just like I did to see if they are still there. For those who don't or haven't looked these up, it will be interesting. I eliminated the local trucking companies since my focus is on the long-haul common carriers. So, let's look at the list I ended up with. APA Transport Corporation had a terminal listed on Winding Road in Old Bethpage. I checked on Bing Maps, and the address was for a street with a few commercial buildings, none of which reminded me of a former truck terminal. Acres Motor Lines was listed in the Long Island telephone listings as having a terminal at 1055 Peterson Lane in Secaucus, New Jersey. The address is now the site of a Home Depot store. I looked up the address in a site called historicalaerials.com. It's a very good site that shows aerial photos of addresses through several decades. There was a truck terminal shown at that address between 1953 and 1987. Since Historical Aerials is copyrighted, I can't show the screenshots here without getting in trouble. I could pay $100 and be able to show the terminal, but you can see it yourself by looking at their website. Both Associated Transport and Bill K's Express Company had terminals on Dale Street, although different cities. Associated Transport was at 125 Dale Street in Pine Lawn, while Bill K's was on Dale Street in Farmingdale. Since the photo shows FedEx Freight being there now, I looked on their website to confirm. They show the address as being in Babylon, New York. Not sure as to how Pine Lawn became Babylon, but the town limits of Farmingdale is not too far west of the terminal. Roughly 100 or so yards south is another truck terminal that may have been Bill K's Express barn. Branch Motor Express had a terminal on Sweet Hollow Road in Old Bethpage. This terminal, of what appears to be 40 doors, could have been it. On the Historical Aerials website, what appears to be the original terminal was there in 1974, 1980, and 1985. A small addition of maybe 20 additional doors was there in 1994, with another expansion by 2000 of possibly another 40 doors. Branch would have been gone from that terminal by August of 1984 when they shut the entire company down. You can see from this aerial photo the different expansions of adding doors to the building through the years. In Westbury, New York at 60 Brooklyn Avenue, there was a Carolina Freight Carriers terminal, and in Hicksville there was a Central Motor Lines terminal at 270 Duffy Avenue. This location on Spence Street in Brentwood, New York, was the Consolidated Freightways terminal. The next two were listed as being in New Jersey, even though it was in the Long Island, New York telephone directory. Crouch Brothers had this one at 125 James Avenue in Jersey City. Not far away, over at 2701 16th Street in North Bergen, New Jersey, was the terminal for Dorn Transportation. There were several listings that have been redeveloped over the years and no longer resembles any past or former truck terminals. They were New Penn Motor Express at 49 Maspeth Avenue in Maspeth, Wilson Freight Company at 161 Verde Street in Farmingdale, and St. Johnsbury Trucking Company in Maspeth at 35 47th Street. Yale Transport Corporation was at this terminal at 430 Maspeth Avenue in Brooklyn. Strickland Transportation Company had this one at 271 Norman Avenue in Brooklyn. Spectre Freight System was located here at 1313 Grand Street in Brooklyn. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up so YouTube will know you enjoy this channel and more people will be able to see it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.